Hi, everyone. It's me, Krylios, Team Racing Productions MC and producer. And welcome to the Team Racing YouTube channel, Davy Fresh. Welcome.
1 second. How you guys doing?
Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. How are you?
No problem. I'm good. I'm good. I was there. How are you? How are you today?
I
That's
am
what I should
doing
say.
pretty good. I'm also doing good. Well, let's start this off.
Great.
Just introduce yourself to our audience and give us a little bit about your background.
Okay. My stage name. My name is Davy Fresh, or my real name is David Johnson. I go by both depending on what I'm doing. But
Mhm.
I'm a Washington, DC based recording artist, rapper. I've been on in music for quite a while, you know what I mean, for
Mhm.
years. I've done some great work with Tommy Boy Records. We work with Def Jam. We work with a lot of different people. You know, I'm currently working with Dallas Austin, so that's been
Mhm.
a lot of fun
Oh,
and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And then
wow, wow.
outside of that, I've done cartoons with Cartoon Connect voiceovers and comic books and designed sneakers and done a lot of
Mhm.
fashion stuff. So, you know, this depends. I'm sorry, kick my
Yeah,
camera a
no
little
problem, no problem.
bit.
That sounds cool. Sounds
Yeah.
good. Sounds good. And I know you are also a Wammy's 2022 finalist
Yep.
for Best Rap Album. That's pretty
Best
cool.
rapper, best rapper, best rap
Oh, Best Rap
artist.
Artist. Sorry. Yeah, there we
Yes,
go. Best
yes,
Rap
yes, yes.
Artist.
Yeah.
That is pretty phenomenal. What's that like
Yeah.
for you?
It's been pretty cool. This is the second time I've actually been a
Hmm.
finalist. Back in
Hmm.
2020, I was a finalist and we had like three nominations back then. But, you
Hmm.
know, just being acknowledged by the musicianship and the whammies is awesome. You know what I mean? For artists like
Yeah.
me, the best thing you can always want is just acknowledgement from where you're from.
Yes, certainly, certainly. Well, talk to me about music. How did you get into music? Was it from an early age?
Yeah, man. So like hip hop is a culture for me. You know, I was
Yeah.
born in the South Bronx. So that's where like
Mhm.
my whole family's from. My mom literally seen the creation of hip hop and everything. And you know, my role models growing up when I was a kid was a rapper named AG from Digging in the Crates. He's a
Ah.
legendary rapper, you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
he, you know what I mean? I learned a lot from him and watching those guys and then being able to go off on my own and create. And I started making music around like 16, 17, just doing mixtapes and getting on blogs and stuff. And then I
Mhm.
was really early in the streaming. So, you know, I had like a development deal with Def Jam. That's when we were at Def Jam doing a development deal. And it was basically just to see what the streaming was. And I was
Yeah.
really young, like 20, 21. So it's like, I wish, you know, I knew what I knew now back then, but, you know, we went off and did other cool stuff. And, you know, I started my own record label, Fresh Kids Music Group. And that's how I was able to just keep putting out my own music and help develop other acts and put out their music and stuff like that.
Oh, that's pretty cool. And
Yeah.
when you go into making music, what kind of themes or experiences do you usually use when creating music?
Now, because, you know, music has always been experimental for me, you know,
Hmm.
since doing it since you're a kid, you just are always trying to new sounds and just finding
Hmm.
what is your sound, I guess. You know, now that I'm a grown man, you know, I know my music and it's I like to make music about my life stories, about being a kid from DC and Richmond Highway and
Hmm.
PG. I lived in all of those places. So I just try to put my experiences, you know, on wax, they would say. You know what I mean? That's what I do. I like to reality raps. I like to rap about my life. And I feel like my fan base or my following, that's what they want from me. Like it's stuff they can relate to, stuff they can it's not flamboyant music all the time. I rap about real life stuff.
Certainly, certainly. And you also have your hand in cartoons.
I be
Talk to me
working,
about
man.
that. Yeah, yeah. Talk to me about that. And
So shout out to my friend Brandon Reed. He's a really good friend of mine. I've known him for years. He has a
Mhm.
company called Cartoon Connect. They have like almost 2 million subscribers on YouTube, stuff like
Mhm.
that. And when he was first starting out, you know, he put up like his first cartoon. I think it was called Hey Arnold, like a parody of Hey Arnold.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? And you know, I seen it. I was like, man, if you ever need voice work, bro, please let me do something. And then he came up with this Johnsons, which is like my last name, and these two brothers. And it's just been gone. It's gone crazy since then. This cartoon has gotten like over 20 million views, maybe more than that. Like if you put all the episodes and everything, it's been featured on YouTube. It's a big cartoon, and then now we're working on a comic book and a animated movie called The Examples. And he actually let me write it. I actually wrote this comic book and this the movie that'll be coming out hopefully sometime this year. And I'm the lead voice for a young character named David.
Tell me about this character, David, and the story behind the story that we're exploring in the comic book and the upcoming animated film.
So David is a young kid from Washington, D.C. He doesn't want to go to college this year. It's like his first year out of high school. Doesn't want to go to college. Just wants to work for the summer, him and his friend. Shout out to Hey Tony TV. I don't know if a lot of people are familiar with him, but he does like all of the school parodies on social media. It's really big. But he's going to be playing his best friend in the movie, so I'm glad he's on board. But they basically just get, his uncle works at a lab. They basically get into some crazy stuff. He gets some superpowers and he has to save the day.
Is it lightning superpowers?
It is kind of like lightning superpowers, kind of.
The black superheroes always got lightning.
Is it fast or they got lightning? Yeah, it is kind of like lightning superpowers. Not per se, but it's on that borderline. Yeah.
Okay, great. Awesome. Well, that's exciting. I'm really looking forward to that as much. I love comic books. I love superhero things, all of that. So yeah, that's really cool. And as
I think the first 3 issues are on sale. They just put the 3rd issue on sale now. So you guys can go check out Cartoon Connect. He's on social media. You can find out all that stuff through him.
Yeah, we're actually gonna have that link in the description as well below.
For sure.
So you can go ahead and check that out. Let's talk about your sneaker designing. How'd you get into that? Man.
So with Nike, we were basically just doing social media influence work, you know what I mean, at the beginning. And then, you know, just being affiliated with the Nike program, I just used my connections to start designing my own sneakers through the Nike by You program. They let us go full throttle with it. And I just made my own sneaker store, Nikes by DavyFresh.com. Go check it out. We sold over 200 pairs of sneakers in like a year. So it's like, it was pretty good for us, you know what I mean? And shout out to my homie Aaron Haynes. We actually did like a collab of him. He's a legendary basketball player in South Korea. And we actually, we just did the anniversary this year. We sold out like 32 pairs of his sneakers in like 20 minutes when they came out last year. So yeah, that was a big one. And they sold all over the world, in Korea, California, all over, man. It was a great moment for sneakers.
Yeah. And are you interested in doing more of this and like really delving into fashion and like all of that? Talk to me about that passion that you have for you know, fashion and design.
I love fashion, man. That's kind of like the backstory to everything that I've always done. Yeah, shout out to Kick Square. They were like one of the first big people to really co-sign us and sell our sneakers through their program and everything. And that kind of like really legitimized us. But you know, I've been around fashion my whole life, man. Been going to Soho since I was a little kid. I used to go to the Bape store when Kid Cudi was working there. Like, you know what I mean? I met Nigo, and Bape was like big in my culture and growing up, you know what I mean? And then I got to move to South Korea for a year and model for them out there. So like fashion has always been a part of my story, and I'm trying to delve into it more and just putting my ideas and stuff. I just don't want to oversaturate it. It really takes me a long time to design something, and I think everybody is gonna like. And then usually I'm right. So it's like, it takes a process with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, you're nominated for Whammy, so obviously you've been doing the work. But how has the pandemic been for you, and how have you adapted since it started in 2020 till now when it comes to all your projects?
So when we were nominated for the Whammy in 2020, that was kind of like, during the pandemic, and I was kind of like slowing down. That's when I kind of dove more into fashion, honestly. I took like a year off of music and did straight fashion. And I feel like it's all about how you maneuver through the pandemic. I'm an independent artist, so like I've always had to maneuver differently in order to get the bag, they would say. You know what I mean? So it's all about it's all about, trying to figure out your lane and what can help you generate money. The streaming always helps, but everybody knows the streaming isn't the best money. I'm grateful for working with Dallas Austin, because they've been giving my new album a lot of plugs. Like we were featured on new releases for hip hop on Apple Music this year. And that was big for us, you know what I mean? And getting all the playlist features and stuff like that, that's big for us. So, the music is always the vehicle, is everything else where you get to, where the music takes you.
That's really, really important. Well, how can people, I want you to do some shameless plugs right now. How can people pick up music, find out more about you, support, all that? How can they go ahead and do that?
So on the music, my name is Davy Fresh, Davy Fresh. You can put that on Spotify, Apple Music. You'll be able to find all my music that way. On my new album, The Christening, is out right now. Please go get that. We're doing so good. I think we're almost at like 100K with streaming. So please go get that. You know what I mean? We've been doing so well. I put I wrote and produced every last song on there myself. So there was no features. I just wanted to give people a body of work that was from me. And it's like dedication to my kids and everything, and to my family.
Awesome.
Yeah. And that was, it's a project we put out last year, the David Johnson LP. Go get that. And you can find me on Instagram at DavyDMV. You can find me on Twitter at DavyDMV. Facebook is Davy Fresh. YouTube is Davy Fresh.
Awesome. Well, we're going to have all those links in the description below, so everyone, you can go ahead and check out Davy Fresh. Before I let you go, Davy Fresh, what advice do you have for young independent artists out there who they're coming up, they're trying to do their thing? What advice can you give them about from what you've learned in your time?
What I've learned over time is that I guess there's a couple ways. There's not just one way to go about making music, but in any way you go about it, you have to think about it as starting a business. You have to think about like, if you want to be a musician, okay, that means I want to start a business, and you have to present yourself as such. You know what I mean? If you want to be successful in that business, and relationships help, but I think if consistency, not letting the noise get to you, and just really focusing on your craft to help you out, and learning as much as you could. One of the reasons why I was so successful is because, I can do my own graphics, or I can shoot my own music video, or I can, or I can do that for another artist and help them get their music out. Like, you know what I mean? It's about knowing a bunch of crafts so you can use it to your benefit.
Certainly. Really, really important. Well, thank you so much, Davy Fresh, for joining me today. It's been such a pleasure. Thank you. Such a pleasure. And I wish you continued success in your career. So thanks so much.
Thank you. I wish the platform success. I thank you guys for reaching out and letting me be on Team Racing. How you pronounce it? Racing. I just didn't want to fuck it up. My bad.
There you go. You're good. And for all the viewers, if you want to know more about Team Racing, of course, you can follow us at Team Racing on all forms of social media. Like, comment, and subscribe. And most of all, thank you for watching. Bye, everyone.
Peace out.